Welcome to the Crimson Room or something like that.
Ada. Welcome to the Crimson Room, sweetie.
Welcome to the Crimson Room. Please take a seat.
No need to be nervous. The Crimson Room welcomes you.
Oh, welcome to the Crimson Room. You look so sweet.
Welcome to the Crimson Room. Enjoy your stay.
Hi. Welcome to the Crimson Room. Have a seat, please.
Ada. Welcome to the Crimson Room, darling.
Yara Daza. Welcome to the Crimson Room.
Oh, hello there. My master has been expecting you. Please, come this way and enjoy your time in the Crimson Room.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It is I, your sadistic spirit guide, Yokai Papiwolf. What's good, Em? What's good? We're joined here by...
I love it.
that made me laugh. We're joined here, thank you, Michaela Knight. We're joined here by the newest guest on our Crimson Room. That is Serenity VA. Serenity, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. My name is Serenity VA Official, but you can call me Serenity, and I am a Nephilim voice actor and Celestial Clusterfuck.
Celestial Clusterfuck is the newest, funnest thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm gonna start calling myself
absolutely.
that. I'm a chaotic clusterfuck.
I honestly, I'm going to term the Celestial Clusterfuck thing in time and just make it like my thing, because honestly, there's so many like different versions of Nephilims that I'm just like, you know what? I'm just a clusterfuck at this point.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you on. It's a pleasure to meet you. I think we've only.
I'll be right back.
You're good.
Okay?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. What's good, Michaela Knight? Welcome in. We have a new guest. Be mindful, our guest is kind of also busy, so if you guys have any like leading questions, or you guys just want to talk and hang out with me, I'm right here, just killing the time as our guest is popping in and out of the corporeal void. So, enjoy. What's good, Evie Queen? How you doing? We're joined by a new guest. She is indisposed at the moment. She is busy doing stuff, so be mindful, everyone. If you have any questions for them, yes, I am. Me and Stony are currently, I believe she has how many days? I believe my Zolo app will tell me how many days away. It's June 28th. We are March, so I'm trying to do math here. Please don't make fun of me. April, May. So I'm not counting March. April, May, that's 2 months. That's 60 days. Then it's almost at the end of June, so that's like 90. Then I have like 100 something days, maybe 90 days away. I could not live streaming the wedding. I feel like would just be like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I would like to live stream my own wedding, dude. That sounds, I don't know, man. I don't want to do that. There's gonna be a lot of stresses already. What's good, Sunshine? We are taking wedding donations though, so it's not corporeal, but I will add some stuff so you guys can see it real quick. I had a text. I don't know if I can get the text, but I do have a text wall that I can show you guys. We do have a special thing kind of going on. Let me see if I can pull up that picture real quick for you guys. Real quick, let me look for that picture to kind of give you guys an idea what we're doing here. Wedding raffles, or wedding prizes. So that's what
I am.
Yeah. You're good. Don't worry. My dog is a little little pain in the butt. Well, I was just explaining that Harakami. Well, thank you for coming in. I believe this. I was just explaining to my chat real quick. Oh man, that's too big. I was explaining to my chat that we are doing technically a wedding donathon. It's not. It's
yes,
not.
I was about to say congratulations.
Thank you so much. It is not priority. I just want to explain this. This is not like oh, this needs to happen. This is all for fun and games. I do run a little promotion. We're taking so basically we have a bunch of things. I'll explain them real quick. One is an art raffle. You just basically you get an art raffle ticket for $1. If you donate $1, you get to be in the raffle. There's 3 chances to win. You can either win a full body, half body, or a headshot. You get $5. We make you a special thank you basket that we'll send to you. You donate 15. Stony, my wife, will handmade a crochet beanie just for anybody with the colors you want. Fancy bells and whistles. Oh, your dog is there too. My dog is here as well.
Yeah, no, he literally came in and he was like, I'm gonna see what my owner is doing. And he's like, give me attention. I'm trying to get him to come over here. All right, come on. Here, puppy.
But yeah, so we also have the $25 deal, which is we do spicy audio that me or my wife can give you guys, or both of us. It depends, whatever you're fishing for. You get a spicy audio. 50, you get a homemade sweater. It's crocheted. They're fucking awesome, actually. And then $100, you get to control what we do in our streams.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's going on. That's going to be going on until like legitly the wedding. So please, anyone, if you guys want to join that, let me know. You don't have to join, but it's a little bit more fun for us. It gives us a little bit of like, extra money in the pocket and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I was saying thank you for coming. Thank you for being a guest. I did kind of talk about like we haven't really gotten acquainted enough. I think we just know each other in passing. We kind of hang around the same groups of people.
Yeah.
But
we do. Which is I would probably have to apologize because again I see you're a friend of my mute, and then I'm like okay, and then won't interact with you again until like until somebody else reaches out, and I'm like, oh, I know this person.
I don't take offense to that because one, I know everyone's busy. The life of a streamer is always busy, so I'm never one to be like, oh, like we were supposed to hang out and talk. I do try to make an effort to try to talk to people. That's the one thing I do, especially like people that I've worked with or that are past people. I try to be more inclusive, and I think that's why TikTok is probably the only way that I kind of keep better in touch with people, because I can only send them reels, and that lets people know, oh hey, they're thinking about me, or oh hey, like did you just send this to me because you were bored? I'm like no, this made me think of you, or this is like a humor that I've kind of gotten the vibe that we're both on that same wavelength, and you can go, oh how nice, thank you.
Yeah. I've kind of done it with you. It's like some of the that's kind of like how I am with my friends. Like I will be like, hey, this TikTok, this is both of our humor, let's laugh together, and then it will just be like TikTok after TikTok after TikTok. and then I'll be like, you know what, I'll be like, here, just have my whole phone at this point, just have my whole For You page.
But I did want to because one thing I love, and it's something I've just been working on recently, is I love kind of like working with VA artists, or like for anything and I have gotten the chance to see some of your stuff, and it is actually pretty great. I actually really like your stuff a lot, and I wanted to see what got you into like the idea of voice acting, because I know it's not a far shot from VTubing.
So funny thing was, this goes. So I started voice acting, I dabbled in it a little bit in like 2018, when I was like graduate, like my senior year in high school, and when I was and stuff like that. And then 2019, 2020 hit when COVID hit. I would already. I'm like a physical actor. Like I would do like theater plays.
Nice.
I would work backstage. Yeah, I was a theater kid in high school. So.
Same. It's good. Hey, me too. It's fine.
Yeah, theater kids honestly are so slept on. Like, we're
We're
like,
slept on something, all right.
yeah, some of us are. When it was like 2020 when COVID hit, and we all had to go inside and all had to restrict like our daily, like, interactions with people, that I kind of was like, oh, I can't physically act at this moment in time at a company or like at my community theater. So I was like, well, I've been told I have a nice voice by people, which I don't I don't think my voice is nice, but again, that's neither here nor there. But and then I was like, okay. And honestly, I actually got really into VAing. I found out, it's gonna sound weird, about Cottontail. Now you know.
That's like, I have a buddy, I love him to death. Swoop, Tanner, if you see this, buddy, I love you. But he's like a big Cottontail like enthusiast. I'll say that.
Oh my god.
Who redeemed this? God damn it.
Oh my, wait.
Someone redeemed a quick little thing, so give me a second. I have to talk like a soft boy.
It's okay.
Okay, so yes, my buddy Tanner, he had told me about Cotton, and he was telling me how much he really liked her content, and it was it definitely made me nervous. I mean, her voice is just so, That's all you're gonna get, whoever redeemed this. I can't see who redeemed it, but
Ayo, somebody in chat, clip it. Clip it.
Don't clip it, please. They're gonna be like, "You like Cottontail?" I'm like, I give two things about it. Like,
you gooner?
You're gooner, bro. Sublime, you to go. Sublime, Sublime, you got me fucked up. But yeah, I think I didn't know who they were. I thought they were just a VTuber at first. And then my buddy showed me other content, and I was like, oh damn, okay.
Yeah, so that's actually my inspiration for a lot of my voice acting is her. And I hate to say it, like I do voice NSFW stuff.
Yeah.
Like she does. Because honestly, it's you gotta start somewhere. To be honest with you.
That's, and you know what?
That's boring.
Yeah, and
fun.
NSFW stuff I feel like is the most, like, I wouldn't say it's the most sought after like stuff for people, but it definitely feels like the entry gate, because I think a lot of people are more embarrassed or shy about doing that kind of VA work. And there's some people who are like, hey, I want to get in somewhere, I want to like start something, so hey, fuck it, I can get into this. And sex is still as free as it is, it's still very much taboo topic, or like very like hard to talk about topic in this day and age. So
absolutely,
I see why like a lot of people are still kind of blushing when you tell them, oh yeah, I do voice acting for 3D or 2D porn, and like, Nani?
I may even voice my own. You never know.
It's just how it goes.
Yeah, just the way the cookie crumbles, as I do say. But from there, I kind of was like, okay, I had worked in like a couple of indie projects, like little comic dubs. I would get into like comic dub. I would voice people in comic dubs. I would say like, what I was like casted for mostly was Yandere roles at the time.
Oh, I can see that.
I can pull off a Yandere dev laugh. Really. It was like almost weird, like how similar the laugh was to the actual like Yandere audio track. And people thought, honestly, for a little while that I was using a soundboard. I'm like, no, that's my actual voice. That's me, like, getting into character.
Do you I was gonna ask you to give us a hint of the laugh, if you don't mind.
It's been so long. I have to get in the mindset, so.
You're good.
That.
Oh, that's giving me like what is it, that one game? Satoko.
The heebie-jeebies. Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. That's
giving me that vibes. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's. I'm not lying. When I say like I can pull off a crazy psycho woman, I can.
I definitely see it.
I can be your psycho bitch if you want.
Can I do the laugh? I can't do a laugh like that. Like my laughs are not like psycho. My laughs are more like, I guess what would the male equivalent be, like unhinged, or like
evil laughter. I would say.
Yeah, like the best thing I was like.
Yeah.
Like that little like. Yeah.
That's more evil.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to go like, I would say like the equivalent to a male Yandere laugh is light Yagami.
Oh, goddamn you, Abora! I fucking hate you, you son of a bitch.
Your chat's doing all the work today.
Obora's the booty pirate, bro. Like he just loves booty.
Oh, he loves booty.
Doesn't matter what. Doesn't matter. It can be anything. It's booty. Booty's for him.
I see. A man of culture. I see.
He is a very cultured man. Man's Caribbean.
Oh
no, buddies. My dog. He peed on my couch, but that's my fault. I was supposed to take him out. Give me a quick second. I'll be right back.
He's like, father, attention. Of course.
Buds. Alright, I gotta put you in your crate. I know. I should have cleaned it earlier. I apologize, buddies. I apologize. Well, I gotta fucking shit around it. Okay, well that, we're gonna wash this blanket now because you've marked it. Come on, buds. Come on. That's not what we do here. It's not very copacetic, buddy.
Oh, he's distracted. Let's go after that wedding donut. Let's go after it. You know, let's get him to that goal, guys. He deserves it. The little time that I hung out with him is a really chill guy, and he deserves it. So let's get him to his goal. Let's get him the wedding he deserves.
All right. Well, I guess I need to take you out later, so it's all good. All right. Crisis averted. I had to. No, he's not showing his dominance. He just has to go to the bathroom. So like, in order for him not to pee and poop in the house, like all dogs do, you kind of have to take him out a couple times through the day. And I took him out in the morning. I was busy getting ready, so I forgot to take him out tonight.
Yeah. I know how it is. Don't get me, like, my dog will let me know if he needs to go out. He's got, like, you heard him before. He's got a bark.
Yeah, mine was barking at me.
He'll literally yell at me.
Mine was like, hey, dad. You know,
like,
the potty?
Father.
He's a little mama's boy, though. It's all good.
Aww. That's cute.
All my pets are my cats and my dog. All mama's boys. And girl, I guess. No, my cat loves me. She's a princess.
Aww.
But yeah, I can see the light Yagami laugh being like the male equivalent, that unhinged, like losing yourself.
Sanity snap. Yeah, that's a sanity snap.
Like the Kaneki, like.
Yes, that. Okay, so that's not, in my opinion, as like hearing the laugh from a voice actor's point of view.
Yeah.
That's more of a fighting, like your emotions fighting of like the pure clash of emotions. Like that's like a pure inner like, you know, battle. And that laugh and cry, it shakes you to your core, and I think that's like so well done.
I think so. Someone just said Luffy. Luffy doesn't have a yandere laugh. Luffy has what I call the fool's laugh, which is like the fool's laugh is like in every game where like there's like the trickster god or the trickster who's like enjoying the fight. They kind of give off this like very fun laugh that can be considered, I guess, to some people a little like unhinged or like unorthodox, but that only works like in a fight where like the person might be like super strong and they're making a joke of it. That's very much the point of that laugh, is to downplay that this threat is almost nothing to this person as they are like basically locking in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like you done yandere characters. You said you did do comic dubs prior. Is there anything like that interesting in those comic dubs? Like, what characters did you play? Did you play anything famous, or are they indie characters? Or
most of them were like indie video game characters, like Yandere-chan. Mostly it was a lot of Yandere-chan, because the person who would cast me in roles was really hard set on just me being the yandere at the time. So I was like, okay, I'll just, again, exposure was exposure, and I didn't mind that.
Okay.
But now that I do a lot of my own stuff, because I'm freelance, I'm more comfortable with like doing more than just the psycho woman. Like, I would say another like archetype or a voice archetype that I kind of not embellish, but more of like personify is like the older sister.
Ooh, I could see that. That's cute.
Yeah, like the older sister that's very like that's gone through some stuff and has lived her life, but she will call you out on your bullshit, but she will make sure that you are okay. Like,
I like that. We do have a question from one of my chat on Twitter. On TikTok. My buddy Els. They're asking if you like, are you like looking for like, are you on Honkai Star Rail or Wuthering Waves? And if so, is that something you would love to be a part of?
Honestly, I am not, but I would love to do voice acting for any like game company. I honestly, to make it into a video game would be like a big long-term goal that I would have, because I have a lot of like little short-term goals, which is like, get a video done, or like, get this audio recorded, or get a script written, or like, record something. A lot of like those small little goals that'll take me a minute, but like that's a big like in the future. But I would love to do like any like Wuthering Waves, Honkai, Fire Emblem. I would love to be in a Fire Emblem game right now.
That's fucking rad.
Any or like RPGs, like fantasy, I would love that. Even if it's like a minor character, if it is for like Joe Schmo number 2, I'd be like flaunting it. Be like, hey, I was Joe Schmo number 2.
I was Joe Schmo number 2.
Yeah. Don't mess with Joe Schmo number 2, because he'll kick your ass.
But that's fun. I'll be careful, he peed a bit. Right there where the towel's at. I'd rather take him out. I like babies. What are you looking for? I could have made you some quesadilla if you want. But so I did kind of ask this question because this is something like you just kind of brought up in a second. Do you write your own stuff for your VA, like demo reels or stuff, or do you kind of take something, or do you like workshop stuff?
Oh, I do a little bit of both. Before I was like voicing a lot of my stuff, I do write. I am a ASMR scriptwriter.
Okay.
And like the ASMR role plays like you see on like YouTube, or some like Cottontail does, like when she does her ASMR streams. I usually write a lot of those either for me or other people, because it's just easier.
Yeah.
Now when it's for me, like if I'm recording something,
Yeah.
I will just know. I will improv it and like take a central like idea and just play off of that and like keep playing on it and until it gets to somewhere until I like a take. So I did for my demo reel that I put together, I did write 3 out of the 7 key like snippets I had to, because like I tried to workshop it in my head and improv a lot of it, but it wouldn't work out. I just had to write it down.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I heard them. Yeah, you're good. Go ahead and do your thing. Yeah, you can ask to the voice acting how it's so real. Let me catch up with chat. Thank you everybody who's coming in on TikTok. If you guys have any questions more you want to ask, please list them down below. I'm jotting them down as we go. The great thing about having a guest who has to kind of go do real life stuff for in between moments is that we can stack up questions that you guys have. Abura, who is Cottontail? Cottontail is, I believe, a V streamer who also does not safe for work content on, I don't know what platforms they use now these days, but they do both. They're a pretty big VTuber. I think they're known for being like in Judy Hobbs stuff. At least that's I remember what like Nuxanor back in the day was like, wait a minute, I recognize that voice. Let me see, redeems. I definitely Sublime. I definitely got to redeem the Navi one eventually. I apologize. I have to give you those points back. The points only work on when we're not doing a Crimson Room stream. I probably will put them over here now, since I think a lot of people have been kind of, I wouldn't say complaining, but they definitely want to see my other stuff being used here on this format as well. So I'll start pushing that over here. Guys, don't forget to, a Navi. Yeah, there's the Navi that goes, hey, listen, I also added a couple of new stuff too that I need to put in. Lurk away, mate, we still love you. Of course, we love lurkers here. Just if you're jerking your pickle, you know, just don't. I don't know. I am impressed that my dog did hold in their pee. I am not gonna lie, I should have taken them out way before this, but I had to take a shower. I was on borrowed time. I don't know why I didn't take him out. I was being lazy too. That's my bad. I thought he hadn't drinking any water. But he did. He drank a lot of water. From what I saw, I'm actually very surprised that he was able to pee as much as he did.
You're talking about your doggo?
Yeah, I was just, telling the chat to stack up questions and explaining who Cottontail VA is to a buddy of mine.
How do we explain Cottontail? You see, she's a very eccentric woman.
She's about her life. I'll say that.
Yeah, she is.
I definitely did want to kind of get more into questioning, because when you structure a demo reel, I always kind of go about it like, okay, I need to be able to this is how I usually go about it. It's like, I need to show off what I'm good at. I need to show off what I definitely wouldn't look like I'm good at, and I need to show off something that you wouldn't even think I could do. Like when you go into making a demo reel, what goes to your head? Like, how do you go about, like, all right, I want to show off that I can do this, and that?
Well, I will say, when I was making my demo reel, I researched a lot about, like, what you what you should have in it and what you should show. And literally every video on YouTube, every article I read, it said show your strongest points towards the middle. And I was like, oh, and that's interesting. So you would start with say something that you can do that, but you're not proficient in, kind of first, and then in the beginning, and then when the reel goes on, progressive, you show more of what you are proficient at, and then you would, like, you know, it's a gradual, kind of a gradual thing, and I thought that was like genius. So that's how I structured mine. I structured mine with like kind of in a way. I did structure it to where like I showed some of my best ones first, and then kind of got more into like complicated ones. But honestly, when I was putting together my demo reel, I was like, okay, I just need to have fun with it. Because if I don't have fun with it, it's gonna show. Everyone's gonna see it. Everyone's gonna hear it. So that's why like I took like 6 months of like perfecting it.
Oh, nice.
Get it like where I want it. Because I wasn't gonna put it out half-assed. That's not the type of person I am.
That's fair. That's fair. I think before I go into what I was gonna say, we did have actually a question. What has been the most challenging thing in terms of like streaming or voice acting or script writing? Like, what do you find is the most difficult part about any of those things for you?
So for like VA work, again, it's always a issue of getting yourself out there and getting yourself, you know, to the target audience, because, you know, algorithms of different platforms can be like good one day and then shit the next day, which, no, but that should never deter you from like stop making content. If a lot of people don't see your content at first, that's okay. Just keep going, keep doing what you want, keep doing what you love, because it's gonna show. I believe like passion, if you're passionate for something, it's definitely gonna show in like your work. So they will get to the right target audience. It's just, you know, you gotta work for it. And I think that's a struggle for every VA, freelance or even corporate. You know, getting yourself out there and kind of like, you know, taking rejection in a way. For script writing, honestly, I have an idea, and if I don't get to a piece of paper or keyboard, then it's gone. Like, I'll have like my magnum opus, and then like if I don't write it down, I'll be like, wait, what was that?
I can see that. No, I think like I think for me personally, like when it comes to like voice acting and script writing and anything like that, like the hardest thing is, well, I think for me the hardest thing is not being overly critical on certain work that I do. Like it's something I used to do theater a lot in high school and college, and one thing I would get mad about was like I didn't like that take, and a director saying it's fine, you kind of nailed it. I was like, no, I didn't nail it. I felt like I didn't hit that mark that I wanted to. And they're like, okay, so do you want to run through it again? I'm like, if you don't mind. They're like, well, I mean, the stage is yours. Go running through it again.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, all right, let me hit it again. And then they'll be like, that felt the same. I was like, it did. It probably looked the same, but I wasn't as confident in it. I needed to be confident in it. So every night after, I know what I should be at in terms of feeling, in terms of like emotion and stuff. And one of my professors, I love him to death. His name is Ruff Yeager. God, what a fucking...
that's a cool name.
Yeah, his name is
Yeager.
Yeah, Rufus Yeager. Fucking...
Oh, I love that.
What? I'm gonna say this about him: the jolliest rainbow giant I have ever met. He is fantastic. Him and his husband are an adorable couple. His whole story is, to this day, it definitely inspired me how like you're never too old and you're never too young to truly be yourself. And he had told me one time, because we were running through one of his classes at the time. He used to do tons of like kind of putting people out there, and he had told me, he was like, with you, I see something that I could be jealous of. And I'm like, sir, what do you mean? He goes, what you do in your characters is not only do you put yourself in their shoes, not only do you use the substitution method that we've been working with like perfectly, but there is this level of, he goes, I want to say delusion with you believe that this is something you've been through, or maybe it has, but you don't just feel it right away. You let your whole body, from your fingernails to your feet to your stature, I see it when you take that breath in and you just let slowly just deflate into the character that you're portraying. And I think that's that for me, that's one of the hardest things ever, is basically turning into my character with having the necessary boundaries to keep myself from, like, I call it Deadpooling, when you're just not really acting, you're just portraying that character to like the nth degree. And to this day, that's one of my biggest compliments, is like I got him, he gave me a compliment he said I don't give those out to anybody, and I've worked in this business for like 20 years, 30 years. I don't give compliments to a lot of people, so I want you to take this not as a trophy, but as a senior in this business giving a junior his flowers and respect. And I was like, because I call everyone actors. That was one thing he said. I don't call people actresses. I don't call people actors. There's just actors, in my opinion. That's such a gender neutral term that I make sure is powerful enough that every person in my class knows. And I was like, thank you, sir. I was crying a bit. I was like, you're so sweet. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I wish I had a professor like that in, like, or a teacher like that in high school. I was actually told my senior year by my theater teacher that I would never amount to anything in theater. She was like, I don't see you having a job in theater. I don't see you doing this and stuff. And that hurt me.
What a fucking
I was like,
bitch. Or I don't know if it's male or female.
It was. You got the gender. It was.
What a bitch. Fuck her.
And yeah, I'm like, first of all, who are you to say to someone who is in high school and figuring out what they want, that, you know, that you haven't known for a long periodical time?
Well, even then, you're a teacher. Like, your whole point is to inspire
you're a
people.
teacher. You're supposed to inspire kids, not bring them down.
Jesus.
And I mean, I even, like, if I wasn't in shows, like, I would always do tech. I love doing tech theater.
Mm-hmm.
So, and just being a part of theater, being a part of the show is where, like, you know, I would be. So, honestly, I was like, I took what she said at first as, like, you know, she was like an insult, but then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna spite her, because I'm gonna show her that she's wrong. I'm gonna show her that, you know, I can do it. That, you know, she was wrong. And I'm gonna come back one day, like 10 years later, and be like, this is what I do. Fuck it.
That's such a, I'd say it, like, that's such a hard thing to hear. Like, a teacher to just discredit a student. Like, I think in general, when teachers do, and they're like, yeah, you'll never amount to anything. You're like, well, fuck you. Like, if I was a piece of shit, I get you telling me this. But if I'm legitly putting in work, putting in, like, the work, because at the end of the day, that's really what it is. A lot of people think, oh, you have to be, there's talented people that are so much better. I was like, talent can only get you so far. Like, if you don't put in the work for anything, you're gonna fail. There's a reason why, like, so many of these, like, pretty boys, pretty girls that come on to, like, movies and TV, like, never really go past it unless they are actually putting in the work to do other things, whether it's taking up a role for a side character, whether it's doing a movie, being a side character, going to an event, doing this. Like you're not bigger than the program. Like, and the second somebody realizes that and is like, no, I'm not bigger than the program, is usually when they become a lot more famous than other people do.
Yeah. And I mean, like, at that time, I'm honestly, if I could go back to her now, because I graduated high school like 2018, so that was like 6-ish or 7-ish years ago.
Yeah.
I would say, you know what? Thank you for lighting a fire under my ass. Because, like, you know, if I didn't hear, like, somebody give me a critique like that, I probably would have just, you know, I would have just, like, had a lot of people just, like, yes men in my ears.
And that's the hard part too, and some of this work too is, like, I think there is I want to say there's a significant amount of pandering, but there is always a bit of pandering in VA work when somebody just like, especially if you do like a character that they like or they written and you kind of give it like just a voice. Sometimes they can get a little too like, oh, you did my character, and then they start going like, especially if it's a Goonie type of character, they start like praising you for just being good at doing not safe for work material, and you're like, yeah, I do other material too, like, yeah, but that one part, it just had to be like this. And I'm like, oh my God, I do other stuff, you know, like, yeah, like, okay, so I did good I did good not safe for work decently or good enough that you're like, you love it, but there's other stuff I do.
Exactly. And that can be like also going into VTubing, because I will say this, like when I first came onto the I know this is like sidetracked of like the original thing, but when I first came onto the VTubing scene, like especially the lewd side, so like lewd tubers, lewd some tubers, you know, people who are 18 plus, I was always, there was a big stigma, especially like in 2020, 2021, for a lot of females in this industry to be like over-sexualized.
Oh, tremendously.
You know, and honestly, I hate it. I played into it too, because it got me interaction with people, and I hate that. But at the same time, you had to do what you had to do. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Get somewhere.
And I think,
and you may not be proud of it. And I know some of my friends still know me as someone who's horny on main. And I mean, I've kind of like grown out of that. I mean, I've matured enough. I've gone through some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm a little bit like, my humor is like more toward the adult side, but again, don't put me in the box of you are this, so you must stay this. I hate it when people do that. It genuinely pisses me off, and I've lost a lot of friends because of it.
I think I you know what, we had this conversation, both me and V, when I had him on the show, and there's this kind of like ode kind of stigma that is given by certain people. Like they kind of give you this like, oh, you owe us this because we followed you and stuff, and it can become, it's very toxic. Like I think I talked about it, I don't know what interview or what stream I did, but I did talk about how like I always used to do like the very dominant style voice. I like that's kind of what I've always done, is like I've always done the deeper voice, I've always done this, I've always done that, and like it you know, it definitely was fun. It was supposed to be just fun. It was always supposed to be just flirty fun, but I did have a viewer, and I kind of regret this because I did take money from them. Like they kind of like trying to make me like a sugar baby. They were trying to like pay me off. They were becoming a VTuber too, and like they were always like donating subs, and they were like, if I do this, would you promise to just like only do stuff for me and stuff like that. Now I remember thinking to myself like, I can never do this, like this is like a stupid mentality. And then she was like, I do have a man's, but you know this it was just disgusting. And I don't remember, they probably rebranded a bunch of stuff. They put like all their money into VTubing stuff, and it definitely did make me go like, I can't be bought. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Like I'm not a person who can be bought, especially now that again, I'm getting married soon and stuff like that. Like ever since I got in a relationship, I can't be bought for shit. I did tone down a lot of the loot stuff. Sorry, my dog is giving like a lot of fucking.
No, you're fine. You are fine, sweetheart.
I've definitely had, I toned down a lot. Give me a quick second. What's up? He's just being a little anxious boy, but.
Oh, you anxious boy.
But yeah, I definitely was of that line. I was like, I can't be bought, dude. I definitely am not a person that can be bought. Don't ever try to like think like, oh, like you come on, you'll give in to me. I'm like, dude, I don't give in to shit. At the end of the day, this was just for fun for me. This is the equivalent of like making fun of a friend or doing a goof, like like that daddy voice or stuff like that. That's not reserved for you. That's just for everyone. That's the fun. That's the character. That's the whole joke. The whole purpose of it is it was fun to do and get reactions. Nothing more, nothing less. And I think a lot of people in the VTubing space can't really, especially I don't want to say the toxic ones, but like they got gooner brain. They just think, oh, like they wanna, they're into me, and then they fucking do 1,000 things, and they start stalking your profile, and then next thing you know, you show a profile picture of what you really look like, and then it either gets diminished tremendously or goes up tremendously, and then it's like, oh god damn it, what, like I can't fucking win here.
Yeah, exactly. And it becomes this cycle of like parasocialism, and it's so bad. Like you said, being in a relationship and also being in the VTuber community, it's, as someone who is also in a relationship, my partner, thank God, they are not a part of the VTuber community. Because if they were, they would slap half the people that give me shit. Honestly.
Oh, whoa. my partner is like, that's like what's funny. And one thing I really love about her, and she's very understanding, because I don't get jealous when people try to hit on her. One, because it's mostly women that and two, it's just I think I'm secure in my relationship enough to know, like, oh yeah, people are gonna goon over a fucking animated version of my wife. That's fine.
Oh, absolutely.
There, of course. She's beautiful in real life, she's beautiful in virtual life. It's gonna happen. I can't
She's so beautiful. From how she sounds beautiful, and I'm so happy that y'all are getting married. Y'all deserve it.
Thank you so much. I think we deserve it. I think we put in a lot of work, and it's funny because like I think that's a big issue. I think that's a big issue with like a lot of people like in relationships that have to do like any stuff like this, is there's a lot of security that has to be taken place, but at the same time too, there's also boundaries. I don't like flirt with people. I'm very much like oh, thank you for the compliment, and I just move on, or like, oh, you're so sweet, thank you, and move on. I'm never like validating another person's feelings, and if anybody's ever kind of steps a boundary, I'm always quick to be like, oh, okay, I am married, I'm in a serious relationship, so thank you, but I'm good. And I love when people can, yeah. And I'd be nice, because I understand like a lot of people, some people don't know, and I think a lot of people that I've ran into who I've given that talk to have been very just respectful. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I did not know, thank you for letting me know, it'll just be, you know, biscuits and gravies from here. And I'm like, thank you so much. Like I love maturity. I love that people can take that and go thank you, and like not make it a big deal.
Yeah, I don't you just love when people act like adults and don't act like children?
Yeah, it's almost like
it makes our job so much easier and life so much easier.
I just love it that like because I think I saw this. There was this one VTuber I used to follow, and I think, I don't know what happened with her. I think she had a horrible falling out with a partner of hers, but like I remember she had a big downstroke, a little downfall, because of the fact that she had announced that she was seeing somebody. And
I think I know who you're talking about too. Like,
yeah.
So I'm not gonna.
Yeah, we don't need to, because I don't think they're VTubing anymore. But sadly, but I remember thinking to myself, I was like, I don't think I could ever be embarrassed to not show my partner off. Like, I love them, and she was in a previous relationship before, a very horrible previous relationship. And that person would like, because she used to be streaming just IRL. That was her go-to. She was like the classic e-girl back when like she started streaming. And he would purposely be like, don't put me in your bio, like don't do this, like you gotta bleed this, like the shrimps of all their money. And she kind of was stuck in that relationship where she kind of did do that. And she used to tell me like, dude, it just feels so horrible. Like, it doesn't feel good having to like beg people for money. And yeah. And I think back now, and she's like, you're never like afraid to post me or anything. You're like, because she gave me an out. She was like, hey, I get it. If you want to still be lewd with other people, I can allow that. And she was like, I understand. It's just for business, or it's just part of the game. And I was like, no, what the fuck? No, I love you. Like, I don't want to need to hide you. I love
you and only you.
Yeah, I don't need to hide you. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're not a bad secret. Like, dude, I fucking love you. And then she, of course, made the jump to VTubing. And since then, I think she's just like I think it's funny because every person that she's ever thought like, oh, who's this person, and I'll introduce them to, they just all rave like, oh my god, I love your wife, and she's now one of my wives, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
I love that.
I'm like, okay, it's all my female friends or female acquaintances that I make or meet that all want to like adopt my wife or take my wife in as like their wife now, and I'm just like cracking up, and they're like, she's mine now, just letting you know. I'm like, okay.
She'd be like that. Be like,
go ahead.
This is mine. If you ever screw up, she knows where to go.
And to me that's just fun. I never take that any like seriously and like ever feel threatened by that kind of stuff. And I think I'm really happy that that's where we're at in terms of like a VTubing couple, that we are officially like able to like for one thing, I participate like a lot of like smasher passes or like rates because you know I like engaging with people. I think it's fun. I think it's cute, and I never really take it any seriously. Then it's just engagement baiting or just participating. That way, you know, you get familiar with other people. And so when she does it, she's like, oh my god, he's hot, and it's usually monsters, and I'm like,
yay, fellow monster fucker unite.
And it just cracks me up. And like I said, I love it to death. And it's one of those things where like I think early on end we could never do this, but to see where we've progressed in like the last 3 years, it just makes me happy. I love seeing, like I said, I love seeing my partner like be secure. I love seeing them confident and their stuff. And I argue right now, like they have the better model than me. Like they have like great streams, cozy streams. Like eventually when she comes back to streaming, she's like the person to like just hang out with.
Yeah, I would love to catch one of her streams. Sounds amazing.
I'll give her a shout out because she's probably not watching this. She's probably
give your wife a shout out.
She's probably playing right now. She's playing the was it Infinity Nikki? I think that's what she's doing right now.
Oh, I know it. Oh yeah, Infinity Nikki. That's like a dress up game.
Yeah, that's her thing right now.
Yeah. No. I'm going on a tangent of like VTubers being in relationships. I did when I was in a relationship with another VTuber for like a good 6 to 9 months.
Oh wow.
And we did end when, like, you know, me and him, you know, we were like, you know, we would put out there like, this is my partner, you know, this is her, this is him, you know, they're gonna be a part of my life, you know, if you don't like it, there's the door.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna deal with you. And then it started getting to the point to where, like, you know, we fell out of love, and you know, just, you know, but we're still friends. Like it's probably like one of the most healthiest ways. Like he's like probably the only one of my exes that I still talk to, because he was actually like decent to me.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I know. Listen, okay. No. It just shows me what kind of people like that I find love in, or that I can love, and they turn out to be horrible people, but I can still find love in the most horrible things. Which about it, that's very toxic. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that.
But I would like to ask a little bit more, like, in that relationship, did you guys have any trials and tribulations with having to be open, or was it very much just all like?
So we again, us being on the 18+ side of streaming, him and I also being in the VTubing community, he was like, you know, at the time his model was like incubus.
Oh.
You know, and you know how incubi are. You know how they are.
Yeah.
They're stigmatized. Yeah. So again, like, I would be okay with him like doing like an ara, or you know like a play flirt.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell them, and I'm like, your ass comes back to me because you know who you belong to. I hate to say it like that, but honestly, that's how you kind of have to be nowadays.
Yeah, I guess. There is like, I mean, there's boundaries that a lot of people are more like lenient with and more comfortable with, mm-hmm. and that's a very that's a very strong thing to have. Is like, you know what? Hey, I get it. You're going to play flirt with people. Just mm-hmm. you know, just please don't go overboard.
absolutely. We would honestly like. There was at one point, we were both friends with a pretty kind of big-ish streamer in the loot tubing space, and like honestly, she before they like had their first collab stream together, she called me. She called me and the partner, be like, listen, I just want to make sure that you're okay with everything. You know, whatever I say, you know, I might flirt, and I felt like that at her going out of her way to like call me and see if what my boundaries are and what I'm comfortable with is like an adult thing to do.
That's very sweet. That's very nice. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. And like again, we would always have like people that would take it a little bit too. Again, every couple is gonna have like their like moments of down.
Yeah.
You know, when you feel down. But like honestly, I would not trade that relationship for anything. I learned a lot about, you know, how to kind of
navigate
gate it in a relationship, like, and also to look out for like parasocials or parasocialism.
Yeah.
I knew about parasocial like quote relationships by like modding for other YouTube streamers, but like having to deal with them as someone you love at the time was a whole different experience.
Yeah, I can only imagine how like crazy it would be. Like, for example, let's say somebody was like, you're modding for, like, takes an interest in your partner, and you're kind of like, damn, how do I not abuse like the ability to be like, hey, you know, that's a little crossing the line in my book, and trying to like mitigate this stuff. I mean, I personally never got anything through that, but I can only imagine like having those kind of conversations with people, being like, hey, that was like, we all have fun here, but you're crossing a fucking line. Like, don't get no neck beardy on me.
Those are very hard conversations to have. I will say they are hard conversations to have, especially when you are a people pleaser.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, because you feel like you're doing something wrong as a person who wants to please everybody.
Yeah.
But then you have to remind yourself, no, you're actually like you're actually putting yourself and other people first. No.
Yeah, you just you never want to hurt people's like egos.
Yeah, you don't want to
much.
hurt people. But then after those conversations, their actions after those conversations that you have with them, they don't change. If like their actions don't change, or if they do change, it just shows what kind of person they are.
Oh yeah. I think I always make fun of, like, my favorite thing to like enjoy is like the neckbeard, like the neckbeards who are like, that's my waifu. Like, I love
It's my waifu.
Like,
you can't take my kitty.
Like, that is like my guilty pleasure, like stories to read on Reddit and whatnot, and like to hear people read on Reddit, is them like, she's like my girlfriend, so you gotta back up. And like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? We've been dating for 5 years. Shut up. Like, it's just
Lulu stuff.
Yes.
I could never.
Yes, exactly. No normal person would ever like say like, oh, that person's basically my girlfriend. Either she is or she isn't. It's not a fucking boyfriend. It's not a simple fucking thing. But it always cracks me up how like there's a lot of people who kind of have that mindset and go like, but you flirted with me. You said this. I was like, on stream. It's the equivalent of a. Do you think strippers like you? Do you think when a stripper like sits on your lap?
They know it's transactional.
Yeah.
It's transactional.
Like, I'm being nice.
With strippers it is, but you're like, again, you want people to have a good time.
Yeah.
You want people to be like, you know, have fun in the space. But again, you don't want people to use you as a doormat.
Exactly. Like if, you know, like, I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute, thank you. That's not an invitation to be like, oh my god, he said I'm so cute, he wants to bone me. It's like, where did that come from?
But honestly, I go in with everything. Like, every person hates me until they tell me they don't. That's how. That's honestly. That's so bad. But
everyone
honestly,
hates me until they don't.
until they don't.
I don't hate
Until
you.
they
Just
tell
letting
me
you know
no.
this right now.
Exactly. Okay. Oh, thank you. Honestly, thank you. I was, like, it's just like, again, thought a lot of people that are my good friends, I thought they hated me. Like, legit. It was because of my own insecurities in myself. And I was like, oh, please. Again, I was like, oh, don't hate me. I know I may be. And they're like, what are you talking about? You are literally the sweetest person I know. I love you. I'm like, what? And it's like a reality check. And be like, oh, they don't actually hate me.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, I don't hate you. I think you're an awesome person. I actually fucking, this is pretty fun to have a conversation with you. Like, and this is like the thing I overly love about, like I said 1,000 times, what I love about the show is I get to meet new people that I've like, maybe, I wouldn't say I would never get the chance to have a conversation with, but people I never get the chance to like have a dialogue with, because either, you know, it's hard to talk to people, and I guess sometimes
Oh yeah, absolutely. It can be very hard to talk to people.
and I think it's just because, like, I mean, again, we were just talking about, like, anybody messaging you, like, you kind of go in with the idea of like, okay, why you're messaging me for, like, are you messaging me because you like want to talk to me? Like, why do you want to talk to me? Are you into me? Or are you just like shooting the shit because you're bored? And in this day and age, like I said, I guess again, I was single as a VTuber, so like I did hoe around.
Honestly. But yeah, that's, I mean,
yeah, like
yeah, if you're single and you have the right to hoe around.
But like I know the game. Like I said, like that's why when people like message me,
yeah, you know,
I'm expecting like,
you know what goes out in these streets.
Yeah, either you're gonna be like a cool person that I get to like talk to and hang out with, and you know we're gonna fucking play games with, or like shoot the shit with, or you're just gonna be someone who is like, so like that voice, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you know, I'm happily taken.
Yeah, like I mean, like I found out like even after like my 9-month relationship with my VTuber ex-partner at that time, I would find that a lot of people would come to me about just to get their rocks off on my voice, and I just.
That's so tough.
I mean,
that's so tough.
It's so toxic and tough. I'm like looking back on it. I'm like, I'm kind of mad at myself. I'm like, why did I ever like,
like permit it?
Accept let it happen.
Yeah.
Like I could have said no, but at the time I just wasn't. Again. Say it.
Serenity,
looking for love and on the wrong place.
You have a person saying that's my bestie, and that is from Phantasm.
Phantasm?
Yeah.
Hey, that's my bestie. Hey, bestie. Oh my gosh, Phantasm is great. I'm gonna shout out my bestie.
Go ahead.
You don't know, he is a ghost. No, he is like a ghost theater VTuber. He is legit. He's so cool. Like him and we shoot the shit. Like we've been friends for 5 years, but I've only known him like for 2.
Oh. I'll put it in if you want. Put it in the chat so you can give him a shout out, because I believe I took off the banning of hyperlinks. So if you want, promote their Twitch. That way they can get some love.
Get some love. I love shouting out. Well, I like hyping up my friends, because again, my friends, I feel like they deserve a lot of the work, because I see a lot of the work they put in.
Yeah.
For stuff. I'm like, let's go. I'm like a hype woman. I will hype people up.
Yes, you do.
I'll be like, let's
you deserve
go.
a Phantasm. No, I get that. And
You deserve it.
That's what I was going to say. It was like, for one thing I've done is like I said, like I love doing VA work, but I also like directing and like making projects as well. And like being a producer, being a director, like doing acting. Like I believe one of the people was in here earlier, my buddy Kaizo. He is getting into voice acting. He was just telling me, he's like, I don't know, like, how do I do it? How do I I want to make a demo reel eventually. And I was like, look, if you trust me, let me produce it for you. I will write your lines for you. I like making people shine. Like in any project I always do, whether it's like a video game dubbing over or like a comic dub over. I like playing side characters, but I love making my friends or making anybody I'm working with shine the most. Like that's what I live for. That's the best part for me, is seeing somebody like be at their maximum. You know what I'm saying? Give them that Jinwoo moment.
Exactly. And I also, because like I know how hard like a lot of these content creators work, and like because I also mod for like some people in the VTubing space, I know how hard it can be for them, you know, when they have like, they're so like, what is it? They're so like nervous, and they're like, what if nobody likes what I'm doing? I'm like, I like what you're doing, and I'm your audience. Like, you know, I am like, you know, just I am a person that's kind of like, hey, I also am an enjoyer of VTubers. So
Yeah.
I, you know, I can give you tips, and I love helping people. That's also one of my things. I like to help people more than I like to do things for myself. I'd rather help people, to be honest.
It's usually the most, I want to say the most humble. It's the most humble people that often make the most stars. But like, it really is. Like, there's a lot of people. Like, look at Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler, I think he's like a goal of mine to be. Like, he really could have just been by himself, but he was like, nah, I don't want to just go to the top by myself. Like, I want to take all the people that I work with, all the people that I see working that probably don't get the best limelight. I want to make every one of my friends, regardless if they're doing what I'm doing on Saturday Night Live, or they're just writing, or they're in the background, I want to make them stars, and they're going to be stars with me. Like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's always cool when you have people that want to see like you thrive alongside them, instead of like, you know, like trying to step over you or step on you to get to their goal. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I think a lot that's I want to say that's lost a lot, but I think there is this kind of unhealthy idea of what competition is in VTubing sometimes. Like, a lot of people think, oh, I gotta be the best, and that means having to push people off. And I feel like Twitch has kind of found a way to like put that fire out by making stream together like a thing, with allowing people to share their chats, share their views, and it really does kind of put that like unhealthy, toxic mindset of competition out, because now it's no longer, yeah, I'm gonna go live too while we're both playing the same game together. Exactly. And we're gonna see who gets the most views. It's like, no. Twitch was like, that's just gonna destroy us. You both now can come together and, you know, work together to build something. And that's really what it's at, honestly, is when you work together with your friends to build something together, to make something that's, I want to say that's just yours, but like something that you all can be proud of together.
Yeah, like a good example of that is literally Iron Mouse and Kai Cenat. Yeah. People tried so hard to put like them together when they're just two different content creators in different spaces, just living like being at the top of their game. Then when they collabed, that was a big deal, because literally they told the internet, hey, we're not gonna give in to like what y'all want us to do. You know, it's like a big fuck you to them. But also at the same time, like, that's a bridge between two different types of content creation, YouTubing and IRL streaming.
I think that's one thing that I've kind of seen that's kind of like digressing, is like a lot of people are like, are we seriously, like, a cartoon is doing this, a cartoon is doing that, like y'all are so down bad for this, you're all so down bad for that. It's no longer a contention or conversation of who's got the better fan base. Now it's like, no, all fan bases can coincide together, all fan bases can like bleed together. Like, it doesn't need to be one or the other.
Yeah, like everyone's got mixed interest. Like, again, I like VTubers, but I also like some IRL streamers, like, you know, like Kai Cenat. I enjoy his stuff too because of how goofy and how funny it is. And like, yeah, I can like him and Iron Mouse. Support both of them.
Exactly.
Not choose a side. Because again, they're in both of them are in their lanes, living their best life and doing good work at the same time.
And it comes across like it's something that I always struggled with early in VTubing, like, and I wouldn't say I have. I'm not ghetto. Guess what? I came across Crimson. Awesome. Okay. But like one thing I always kind of like struggled with was like, I have a certain way of talking that like prior to like, you know, going to like acting and stuff was kind of ghetto to certain people. They kind of look down on it, and I was like, I always used to feel insecure about that. I was like, well, I'm fucking sorry, dude. I grew up in a town where like, you know, this shit was the fucking real. Like I was like skating, I was in skating culture. Like this is what we fucking did. Like
exactly.
We listened to hip hop, rap, rock, metal. Like that was what we fucking did. Like it had nothing to do with my education level or my problem, like whether or not we were poor or anything. Like get the fuck over it. And that's when like Kenji came on the scene. I felt so like, okay, so I'm not the only one who fucking talks like this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I kind of had that similar thing. Like when it's not even with VTubing, like, and I hate that I still do this because this scarred me so much. When I first got onto Discord,
yeah,
I would actually get made fun of for my southern accent.
What?
I kid you not. Like, they would just make fun of me and be like, would do the over, like, you know, the cowboy and stuff like that. And that, like, put me off to, like, talking in, like, my natural accent. I had to actively hide it. And I still do. Like, this is like what I'm putting out there, like to you. This is just like an accent or like a way of speaking. I have like kind of like that I've kind of formed around people not liking a southern accent. Now when you get me mad, you hear it. I mean, again, it's a whole thing of putting it out, put it like, you know, back because people didn't like it. And I hate that, you know, it still kind of affects me. At the same time, I kind of just, you know, I don't care. Like, especially nowadays, if somebody says, oh, you're from the South, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't care. And I will be right back, okay?
Yeah, you go do your thing. King Shark, it's some live streamer that's on VR chat that is a Luna character from Hell Boss. Are they like, what is it, like, are they bad or something? Like, I don't get it. So you found a streamer when you looked up Crimson. This is the Crimson Room. It's not a Crimson person. Like, are they like, I don't know. I don't really like, the only thing I do on VR chat is like I record dancing videos. That's all I use VR chat for. I'm not into the whole, that whole community that likes to role play in there and do the whatever they do in there and buy the quests and all that. That's just that's not my fucking vibe. They keep wondering why their streams getting taken down. Are they doing lewd stuff? Did they ever think about that stuff? I don't know. Maybe I gotta look it up. If you want, that's so weird. That's so weird, dude. Like when you do like stuff that you're wondering why your streams get taken down, you have to think to yourself, what are you saying? What are you putting out there to the universe? These are the real things that I always tell people. Like, do you ever think about that? Like, are you saying out of pocket things? Are you saying lewd stuff? Are you saying fucking insane stuff that is like so severely untrue that like people have to check you? Like you got to really think about that kind of thing. But yeah, what are we gonna talk about? Yes, don't forget, guys, again, I'm never asking you guys, you don't have to. If you don't want to, you guys are free to donate. I love when you guys can. If you can or can't, it's never a thing for me, but I do appreciate those who have. I don't know if anyone has donated. Please let me know if you do or don't, so I can jot your name down for the art raffle. I don't know if it'll show that if anyone does donate. I only go on VR chat to make characters that have Viking tattoos and furries. Yeah, it's cool. Hey, to each their own. I'm not really, believe it or not, I am not a furry person. That to me is not my whole shtick. But if that's your vibe, that's cool. As long as you don't do anything illegal, then you're fine in my book. That's all I ask in terms of all communities, whether it's like furry, hell of a boss, I forgot what else. Like, just don't hurt people. I guess. I mean, I don't really consider it that personally. I mean, I am a celestial wolf that is like just taking a human shape form. English is a language sometimes that I can speak, if you guys didn't know. But yeah, I'm not into like wearing the whole fursuit and like all that stuff. Like, I mean, if you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, you're not. That's cool. I understand it fully. It's called form if you're trying to get it right. Yeah, I did. It took me a while. It took me like 3 or 4 tries to get the word form correct. Did it work? Eventually, sadly. Boop, boop, boop. My dog. You're gonna go potties after the stream, okay, buddy? And then I'm gonna make your mama some comida if you don't mind. Okay? You're fine with that. Anything that has wings or anything with the demon-like things is most likely a furry. I guess too. I mean, I guess it's just a matter of perspective in terms of your in terms of the person. I personally don't think it is, but I guess a furry person could say like, "Oh, I think that is," and that's fair. That's a fair thing. This all comes like from different mythologies and stuff, like yokai, fae, alebrije, like these different like kind of creatures that have their own style stuff. It all depends on the person. Like I said, yeah, hey, whatever you are, whatever floats your boat. I already take the drink of water, sunshine. Thank you so much for getting that redeemed. I just, you know, as long as there's nothing inappropriate happening with anyone under the age of 18, as long as there's nothing illegal happening, such as the, you know, essaying of animals, I'm totally fine. I'm gravy. Biscuits and gravy with me, buddy. I see. I make werewolf all body Viking tattoos and sigils and stuff like that down to the body of it. That's cool. Hey, rad. I fucking love that stuff. I technically do have I guess I have a Viking form, I have a yokai form, and I have a daemon form, I guess is what you would call it, or like a monster form, for like different things. Yeah, let me get that stretch in. Fuck yeah. Feels good to crack my back. She's off doing something right now. Can I see the Viking form? Yeah, I can show you guys the Viking form real quick. Let me see. Where is it at? Here. Nope. Ah. There you go. This is what I have meant. This is what I call the God Eater form. Yeah, so you have the rune on my chest. You get the rune over here on my chest. You have like my hair in certain braids, as you guys can kind of see. You know how the God of War has like a sigil down the body of his arm and chest and back? Yeah, I see that. So yeah, this will like be the Norse form of mine. I call it the God Eater form. It's based off of like Fenrir. So like there's this form. I also have and it comes with like a fur coat and whatnot. I also have this is the Hellfire form. This is supposed to be more of like this is more like in terms of like Cerberus. It has a special design that's very familiar from Digimon that I have purposely made it look like because of that. So yeah, this is like my go-to like fun form. All over a body of furry werewolf. That's cool. So yeah, there's this form, and then this is, like I said, this is like the Greek. This is like the Hellwolf form. This is basically inspired by like Cerberus from Greek mythology and whatnot. And then I have another form too. Where is it at? Where'd you go? Ah, here you go. And then this is my yokai form. I call it the Lightning Racer. This is a form that's supposed to be Yeah, well, each of the forms they both have a certain style. The Hellfire Wolf form has the sign of Alpha, which is supposed to be what. Thank you, Juves. Thank you for lurking. That is what makes me turn into like, Cerberus, the Hellfire Wolf. The rune on my chest turns me into Fenrir, which is supposed to be like the rune of wolf. And then there's the Lightning Racer form, which is inspired by the Raiju Fortnite character. That's cool. What's good, Asu from My Hero? This form is inspired by the Raiju, which is the lightning wolf that's what's his name uses. Oh my god, fucking the Raiju is a yokai that accompanies Raijin, the thunder god or the lightning god. Awkward greenish blue. It's a crimson dark red. Nice. So yeah, like these forms, like I have like a bunch of these forms. They're all cool. I love all these forms. These are all like very fun that I've all commissioned. They mean the most to me. Then of course I have my true form. This is the get up in my true form. This is what everything after this is just all my look, and I love it to death. Get the olive skin color of mine. Well, I'm really brown actually, but no. So yeah, all of my stuff, I love them. I love all my designs. Yeah, so I think the most recent ones are my favorite because I kind of treated it similar to Digimon when I made my design, which was like I can have like the Hellfire Wolf, the God Eater Wolf, and the Lightning Racer Wolf forms are all like armor digivolving, while research up the Cerberus Wolf on Fortnite for what it looks like. That's a default status of the. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Yeah. So yeah. So that I kind of treated those like those armor digivolves. I made this like in terms of like this is like the truest adult form of mine, which is like a fully adult wolf creature. Celestial god, really.
Celeste, again, I'm so sorry for that.
You're good, no worries, no rush. I was just showing off the many different model versions I have of my like VTuber character.
Yeah.
I was explaining, like, yeah, it's like Digimon. Like, there's the armor digivolving. That's what my other forms are, and then there's like my mega form is essentially this. This is like the ultimate mega form.
Yeah. I love creating characters, and I love designing outfits for characters. Those are my two favorite things. When I make OCs, those are the first two things I go to.
Ooh, nice.
Like,
when what were we talking about before? I'm trying to remember.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we were talking about VTubers, and we were talking about Kenji, and like we were about how we talk.
Yes. Okay. There we go.
Like, yes.
But yeah,
I'm sorry. We get off on so many tangents.
It's fine. It happens to the best of us.
It's the ADHD.
Yeah, trust me, it is the ADHD. Talking about how some people were calling her Southern and she doesn't care. Yeah, and that's a big thing too. And I think there is like this big like, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened in the world anymore, but there is this kind of like idea that like if you talk a certain way, then there's certain implications that come with you. Like, I have a lot of friends that are they're black, and they don't a lot of people go like, oh, you don't talk black. Your buddy talks more black than you. I'm like, the fuck is that supposed to mean? I'm fucking I'm Mexican. Like, what are you trying to say? Like, what the fuck are you trying to say here, bud?
Exactly. Like, it shouldn't. I don't know. It's just, I guess, voice stereotyping and like a lot of cultural things that in society we've kind of associated with. Kind of. I mean, like, I have a lot of friends from a lot of different races, and like honestly, when I first talked to them, I would have never guessed what their race was.
Yeah.
Because I don't assume what their race is. I just know them as a person.
So
that person.
King Shark, I have to say it's the poly relationships and all that stuff. Not really. That stuff has always existed though. Like, I think a lot of people kind of get the idea like, oh, like there's more than one gender is like a modern thing. That just existed way before we even had concepts of stuff. In Japan, a common thing to do was one of your child, and it was never the oldest, but it was always like the second oldest or sometimes the oldest. You wouldn't give that child a gender. They would grow up technically as a woman all the way till 18, and then they would decide if they wanted to be a man or a woman, and sometimes they decided to stay woman. That wasn't like a thing until it was taken over. In the US, well, that's the problem. What happened in the US, and it really was, is like the US is such a new country, and I think a lot of people kind of overlook the US. It's such a new country. We have nothing. We have barely anything to do. We've barely had like a significant crisis in terms of like we've only had one civil war. Many other countries have had many. Like it's one of those things where like we're such a young country, like we're still trying to figure out what will be the legacy of us. We're not even 1,000 years old. I think we're barely.
Yeah, we're only like
under 500.
We're only like, we're only like I think 300-ish year old, because in 1776 was when we. Yeah, in 1776 we really got independence.
Yeah.
I'll be right back again.
Yeah, you're gonna go ahead. You're fine. Go ahead to handle that stuff. But yeah, like we're such a new country. Like it'll eventually like I said, different cultures are very much established and stuff. Do you know Papi Playtime? I don't. I've never played it though. I should. It's free on Steam. I don't know why I haven't played it. The only thing that taken over the US was anime. Not really. I mean, anime now has just been very popularized in the West culture because of like rap and hip hop and other like rock and metal. Like a lot of people have just, what's good, Deadpool? I hope you're sorry I didn't say hi. I thought I did say hi, but I hope you're doing well, Dead. I hope you're doing Wade. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully that stuff with with your wife is taken care of, and the whole movie, it ends with us guy. I don't remember his name. I think that whole stuff is crazy. No, like anime, like say like One Piece, Goku, and stuff like that. What do you mean, Shark? I'm kind of confused. But yeah, no, like again, like the whole, like I think what a lot of people like, and it's what's always kind of like made me laugh in the sense of like, in terms of like where people get this idea like, oh, like gender is not a spectrum. Like, it's always been a spectrum. It's always existed in nature, exists, and we are a reflection of nature. Humans are a part of nature. We're animals too, and we are a clear reflection of what happens. There's many animals who switch their genders to, be able to find mates or be able to like help the ecosystem thrive. There's many for God's sakes, lions practice recreational gay sex. There's no point in mating. I mean, there's no point in having gay sex with a lion. Like, they just do it because it gets them off. The type of anime, the old school animes, were the ones that had taken over the US at the time. Yeah, no, definitely Yu Yu Hakusho. I have the black suit inside of me. Lucky. God, you're lucky. All 9 inches, I bet. That's how big Venom is, right? 9 inches, they said?
Well, I mean, yeah. 9 inches for a certain member.
What's good, Leo Max? What's good? It's good. But yeah, no, like I think that's the funniest thing in the world. Like, come on, gender is always going to be like, I was just talking about how lions practice gay sex, recreational gay sex, and chimpanzees are all bisexual. Chimpanzees will always have sex with male and females. Like, we're animals at the end of the day. We're just a reflection of our environment, and we just have more preferences. And for God's sakes, if men produce more testosterone, I think it's like 10% more testosterone than normally, they are known to practice gay sex because the amount of testosterone is so high that their need to unleash said testosterone, they start being able to blend their preferences. So let's say, for example, they're like, oh, I love women, and then for 1 minute they're like, you know what, I really need to bust a nut. You are female looking enough, get over here. Like, it's fucking insane.
It's literally Scorpion, get over here.
Like, I think one of the funniest aspect of this is like Yujiro Hanma from Baki. Like,
Oh yeah.
a lot of people were like upset. Why is Yujiro shouldn't be banging guys? He's like the most chattest guy ever. I was like, yeah. If you want to know what happens when somebody's fully Chad, guess what?
Exactly.
They bang everything, not just women. Like he bangs dudes out. Like it's fucking insane.
It's crazy.
Oh god, fucking Yujiro Hanma produces more testosterone than an elephant. They said.
Lord have mercy.
That.
Lord have mercy. You see,
We
here's the
fight
southern coming out
that,
now.
But yeah, so like we were saying earlier, like that stuff is like insane to me. I still can't believe we're still having these conversations in this day and age, but that's besides the point. I like we said, we have people that we were close with of all, are you good or evil? I am chaotic.
I love chaos. Like, I am very chaotic neutral.
I'm usually chaotic good because I like trickster characters that are just like, all right, I guess I'll help. I guess.
Be like, me, it's mostly like it sometimes depends on my mood or it depends on the situation. If I need to be chaotic good, I will, but I can be chaotic evil. And when I am, even though it's not like a lot that I have to be, but when I am, oh Lord, you better pray to whatever God you believe in because you are feeling the wrath of me.
Some people might take that as a compliment.
Honestly, to each their own. whatever floats your boat.
I get that. No, that's funny. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, but like I used, like I said, we all have their insecurities about certain things. I think that's why like now, like in terms of voice acting, like before I used to think I had a high pitched voice. This is a funny thing. I used to a lot of people like, no, your voice is definitely not like high pitched. In my head, I think I sound very like high pitch sometimes.
Yeah, it's some kind of phenomena that goes on with us as like, because for the longest time I would think like my voice is like medium, like a medium to lower feminine. But then like I'd listen to recordings of like me singing or like, you know, past streams that people have had me on, or like even this, and it's always like higher pitch, and I'm like, that's not how I sound.
Yeah.
It's some kind of phenomena that goes on with us. I think it's like vocal deafness.
Maybe.
Like we don't. It's something.
You know what I think it is? I think
what is it?
we hear like our octave is just so natural to us that like we know what a higher pitched voice of our octave is, but like we think like even our low voice is like not like, because we hear other voices. There's other voices. People like very like low voices. What is this question? If Pickle was real, the guy from Bucky, he would probably have his way with any woman. Oh, I'll get you. If Pickle from Baki was real, he would probably have his way with any woman at any time. That's kind of sad, but he did. I don't know if you watched the anime.
Yeah.
He did.
Like, I mean, he did. I mean, if it's on character for him, it's on character.
Like,
you can't fight with the writing.
Pickle did, and like back in those day and ages, we probably just banged it out all the time with both male and female. We didn't care back then, I bet. We were just trying to like warrior, like it's not uncommon. Like I think a lot of people always get this like confused, but like all warrior cultures, like all of them all did same-sex relations, not relationships, but relations. And Spartans,
like the Spartans.
Yeah, Spartan training, they banged it out. Samurai, they banged it out. Fucking,
you know, in like the Romans, like again, it wasn't seen as cheating with your wife or your spouse if you taken on a gay lover.
Yeah, most of the time they were sadly little boys.
Man, I hate that.
Yeah.
I really hate that.
I hate it too. But that wasn't not an uncommon thing.
But we're not forgiving. We're not
justifying it, and we're not
action.
gonna let that slide.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so the thing is, you get the women, yeah, but I don't know if you ever watched Spartacus. it wasn't uncommon. Like, you have to remember, the relationship for a woman is different than relations with anybody. Like, to them, like yeah, then you know, like, everything with like fighting and stuff is like, that's the point, is getting a wife, and you love your wife, but you were never, you know, they always saw like sex as nothing as more than just you just had your way. And
also at the same time, like, they weren't, I think what they were mostly thinking about, and I hate to say this, is just producing an offspring.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a different time. When we look back at it, we have to realize it's a different time for people, and their mindsets were totally different than what we have now.
Yeah, like, it's like, think more along the lines of Vikings, because they were more vicious when it came. Yeah, well, Vikings were more insane. Like, you have to remember, the female Vikings were more intense than the male Vikings. Like, females took trophies, and their trophies were cocks. Like, they fucking...
Yeah, they did.
They used to have a necklace. They used to have a whole pearl necklace. A whole pickle necklace.
Oh my gosh, that's great. That's great, honestly.
Yeah, but
I love that.
And then even then too, like, they were berserker horse male ones. Yeah, definitely. You fucking you lost your manhood in battle to a woman. And then even then, in those days, then age too, another practice that they did a lot was polyamory. Like, Viking men and women were both banging it out with males and females back and forth. They didn't care either. You have to remember, warrior cultures, like, that was the thing. That was kind of what they did. Like you fought with your wife on the battlefield sometimes, and you banged a girl together, you banged a guy together.
Because you never know if you would live another day. You live every day like it's your last.
Like, and this is always, I always love to say this, and this is like the funnest fact. Like, the country, I live in Mexico, but America is a country today because George Washington was not a total bigot to go, hey, there's this gay general from Germany at the time, Prussia, who is fucking, he's insanely smart. He's a great tactician. We need him on our side. And we got him, and he helped win the war. Like, so we kind of owe, like, our country was founded on a person who was in the LGBTQ, who had like a person under him that he was dating, both man and man, and they made our country. Yeah.
They made it.
They made it. We would be a fucking tyranny of a colony under a tyrant, still paying taxes. I mean, I'm not gonna go into that.
I mean,
but
we pay taxes anyway.
Paying insane taxes because we weren't on the actual Britain side, being basically used as like pay pigs for all our lives. If it wasn't for a gay general who decided to, help George Washington win the war. Okay, let me ask, this is a question. What's a better knight, that is Lawbringer or a berserker Viking? A knight? I guess a Lawbringer, right? Because, like, what do you like knights always uphold, they're very much like retainers. Their whole job is to uphold like their master's orders,
contracts.
Yeah.
Yes. So I actually, when I was also a big history person in school, so I loved like history.
Yeah.
But knights would always be like the peacekeepers and the negotiators and keep contracts, stuff like that. So honestly, I would have to go with the law.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because like a regular knight, they're just, they have a code. They are just there to do one thing. Just uphold a contract or a deal by someone higher up.
Well, yeah, you have to understand, like, there's always people who are like there are people that are technically knighted, or like, they have squires that they're they don't really serve anyone. It's very much like the Ronin mentality, like they're warriors without a master.
Yeah.
We see it all the time. There's people who are contracted and there's people who aren't. You have to remember that at the end of the day, this was more of like a government job, was being a knight. you were serving
just-
someone,
Yeah, they were doing what they had to do to survive.
keeping the
basically.
peace. You're a police officer essentially.
Up. Oh,
We're almost at the end here. We got like 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
I know like this, like all of this can like just be so like, not that it's not fun, but it takes a toll on you after like 2 hours. You're like, wow, this is fun,
yeah.
but it's hitting me now.
I've honest. Yeah, I can feel it with the energy. But I mean, honestly, this has been fun. I've been wanting to do like more podcasts with people because I can like and like bounce off of people
Yeah.
very well. So like, I would be I honestly, if anyone like would like if anyone would like to do a podcast with me, hey, I'm open to suggestions, and if it's something that the other person can talk about and bounce off of each other, that's great. We'll meet up time. Or if we can just talk like we are now, like no script, no nothing. And
Yeah.
just shoot the shit.
You have another Nephilim kind of. This Angel Demon 6 says, I'm a doctor, but I'm running out of patience. Shout out Juice World. That's from one of my favorite songs, Wasted. Him and I believe it's him and Little Uzi Vert.
Little Uzi Vert.
Maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm right. I think I am. I hate being. See, if I don't know, this is gonna cause me. I have a question about her. What is her channel so that I can follow her? I got you. Your channel is on TikTok and Twitch. What is it again? If you don't mind me asking.
So it is. Twitch is, Serenity, VA official. TikTok is just Serenity VA. YouTube is also Serenity VA official. I'm mostly more active on TikTok and YouTube and Twitter, but so again, those is where you can find me.
Okay. Do you have anything coming up like recently in the works? I know you were saying that like, you do have a demo reel out. You you have a bunch of other stuff that you're kind of working on with like scripts and stuff. Oh yeah, the person who was asking was King Shark. So this is King Shark, by the way. But do you have anything in the works that you're currently working on? Any new projects? Are you participating in anything that you can tell us, or stuff that will be eventually coming out soon?
Yeah, like I'm hoping I made like a goal for myself for 2025 to upload more and to produce more content. So other than just like ASMR shorts like I put out recently on my TikTok and Twitter, somebody just saying they're proud of you. I want to do more role plays like that. I am working on right now doing some song covers.
Ooh.
Yeah. Last time I did a song cover was actually Christmas of last year in 2024, and I did Santa Baby. And that was so fun to do because I do love to sing. It's just like recording it and putting it out there is like kind of a fear, but I kind of want to get over that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to compare myself to other people. It's just I just want to show people like, hey, this is me. This is this is my attempt, putting it out there. I would say just looking forward to more like ASMRs. I'm trying to getting some song covers out. Just doing what I love in the moment when I feel.
Nice. I'm excited. Hopefully, also I do hope that we can work together soon on at least on something.
Absolutely.
I currently am only right now working on something that I'm writing the whole thing out. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. It's an audio drama based off of Marvel Rivals.
Audio dramas.
Yeah, it's based on Marvel.
I love audio.
So it's gonna be based on certain characters of Marvel Rivals. It's gonna take place in that kind of fun universe where like anything can happen. So like I'm definitely like I'm still writing the prologue because I like usually how I do projects is I'll start something and see how it fares. Like, oh, like if a lot of people actually really like it, I'm like, okay, well then I got to do a part 2 now. Or if people are like, yeah, that was cool, I'm like, okay, so that was a fun project. I was glad I worked on it and had people work on it. Like I've done Pokemon dubs where like people like dubbed Pokemon, which that went pretty good actually. I actually really enjoyed that. I have done like video games that don't have dialogue that would fucking benefit a lot with dialogue or voice acting, and we do stuff like that. And you know, that's usually how I work on projects. And right now that's the main project we're working on is an audio drama of, I just thought of a song that would fit Serenity perfectly. Oh, what song is that? Let us know what song you think fits Two Little Horns. Is that a song? Is that a song?
I haven't heard that one.
I don't think I've heard of that.
Hold on. I gotta look that up now.
Two Little Horns, you say? I don't. Interesting. I don't think I've heard that. The song title was actually called Horns.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Is it? What is it? What is it?
It's from Bryce Fox. Horns.
I never heard of that person. I feel like I'm such a. I feel like a boomer, bro.
Okay, so like okay, so it's an alternate. He's an indie person. Oh, he does like you know how TikTok they will recommend like somebody who's putting out a song, stuff like that. He's kind of like that.
Ah, okay, I get them.
That kind of person. He puts out indie music and stuff. I've heard of this song Horns from a lot of like bits. TikTok.
I see.
So edits of the more spicier kind, you know. And
interesting.
I do like this song. I do. So yeah, I know this song.
Awesome. And also, Ever, if you were up to it, I would love to write. I don't know if it's like a scene for you or ASMR script for you.
Honestly, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I'll do one for you if you want.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I got you. I like, because that's what I'm currently working on right now. Like, I'm writing stuff for my buddy Kaizo's demo reel. I want him to shine like the beautiful man he is. So I was like, all right, I got you. We're gonna put this together. I'm gonna direct you. I'm gonna produce it, and hopefully it comes out good so I can start kind of doing more of this where I'll release like certain packages of like lines or like little short scripts that people can practice on, or like they want to do TikToks to show off their range and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Hell yeah, I will definitely keep you in mind. And you know, again, if you want, I'll write one for you, free of charge, because it is yeah. It's you know, it's hard, you know, out here. I mean, we gotta make a buck, you know, and that, so.
I get that. Like, I think recently the only thing I've done, I did do a project for like a person who was working on from school. It was cute. It was like about an elephant. There's a lot of like, it's very like a South Park episode. I should just put it on my Discord one of these days so people can watch it. But I play a character named Turgo. It was fun.
That sounds cool. That sounds cool. So awesome.
King Shark did say if you do go live, let them know because they will gift you 32 galaxies. Is that a lot? Is galaxies like a lot?
I guess that's a lot for I guess. I
don't know like gifts on TikTok really.
I don't know either. I haven't. I wish, honestly, the only thing that kind of stops me from like streaming is my hardware, because okay, so I am like, where I do most of my recordings is through a podcast mic. So this is like a Mondo 5054. This is a 6-year-old mic I've had, and I'm on a Chromebook laptop. That's how I record my stuff.
It's all good. We gotta do what we gotta do. And like for me personally, I have a moving blanket that I drape over. I have like a clothesline, and that's like my makeshift little like recording studio because it drowns out the sound. Then it really like enhances my voice. So then like everything I sound doesn't cause anything anymore. Like it does. Like it's able to like not echo. It's able to like drown out all that stuff, and I feel like it enhances like the solidity of my voice. and like
it kind of like enunciates it brings it towards the forefront.
Yeah, and then that also keeps me from like having to like fucking swallow my cock looking mic in my mouth just to like get just to get like a sound. I can actually like fucking spread out a bit and like
you can actually like sit back in your chair and be like, hey yo, what's up?
Yeah. Or if I want to stand, I basically you know, I can like lift up my little thing up a little bit more, raise my mic arm, and now I can fucking stand up and do some delivery lines.
I get ya.
But yeah, we're almost we're almost
one.
done. We're about to finish up. I do a thing where like anybody that's a guest, if you know anybody who you want to raid for the stream, you can lead the raid and we can show them some love, and you can give them a little raid message. That way we can, you know, let them know that this is who's coming in and showing the love.
I'm looking. I'm by follow list. Got the perfect person.
Awesome.
So they're one of my friends. They're also someone I mod for.
Ooh.
His name is Vistorian. He is a field marshal VTuber. Also does voice acting and ASMR role plays on his channel too. So please shout out the homies, and especially like those who do this line of work here. I'll put his.
Yeah.
You want me to DM you his Twitch?
No, just you can link it in the chat, and then that way I can just like rate it, and I can just put the end of it in there. That way I don't have to like click off of anything. I could just. But yeah. Question for you and her: do you guys know what Ghost Recon Breakpoint is? What is? I don't think I know what Ghost Recon Breakpoint is. Do you know what that is?
Don't.
Vistorian. That's such a fucking sick ass name. I love it.
It is. I'm honestly, he's so cool. He's like a history guy, and he's like, oh, he's so cool. And he just celebrated his birthday, and so like, you know, showing the love to the birthday boy.
Ooh, what should our raid message for them be then?
Like,
happy birthday.
Happy belated birthday. Yeah, happy belated birthday, my lord.
Happy belated birthday, my lord. You hear that, chat? That's what we all got to say when we go over there. But
yes.
Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate you, Serenity.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll keep in contact. I definitely would love to like at least write a couple scenes for you, and you know, maybe you write some for me and I can do those as well.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a good one.
Oh.
I'm gonna text you on the video of that guy who made me. King Shark is gonna. You have a new follower, King Shark, today's sponsor. I wish I had sponsors. But that being said, guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. I have been your sadistic spirit guide yokai, Papiwolf, saying peace out, and adios. Serenity.
Bye, sweeties. Mwah.
Take care.